You have questioned your worth, measured yourself by pain, searched for a name in the noise of rejection. But I call you my child. When the world overlooks you, I see you. When your heart grows cold from being unseen, I draw near. This is not about who you think you are. This is about who I have always known you to be. Chosen, loved, and mine. The moment you believe it, everything changes. Come now and hear what the love of the Father sounds like. Welcome to God Says, a sanctuary for your spirit, where healing begins with the voice of your Creator. Let these words awaken your soul and remind you who you are. Before the beginning, before light pierced the darkness, before you took your first breath or knew your first sorrow, I knew you and I chose you. Not because of your strength, not because of your perfection, not because you earned it, but because of love pure, boundless, unrelenting love. See what great love the Father has lavished on you, that you should be called my child, and that is what you are. This identity is not a theory, not a title, not a reward. It is the truest thing about you, written into the foundation of creation, sealed in the heavens, and spoken by my voice again and again until your soul finally believes it. You do not have to strive to be accepted. You do not have to prove your place in my house. You do not have to earn the embrace that has always waited for you. You only need to receive, to come as you are, to let go of what has tried to define you and return to the truth I placed inside you from the very beginning. Because I see what others cannot, I remember what you've forgotten. I hold what you've dropped in your weariness, and I still call you mine. Not once have I revoked that word. Even in your darkest valley, even when you ran, even when your hands were stained with regret, I called you my beloved. Even when you questioned my presence, I never stopped pursuing your heart, never looked away from your pain, never gave up on the goodness I planted inside you. My love does not flicker with your faith, it burns eternal. My love does not weaken in your weakness, it strengthens you. My love does not abandon when you collapse, it carries you. This is the love that restores identity, the love that silences shame, the love that breaks cycles of fear and rejection and says again, you are not forsaken. You are not forgotten. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are my child, and I will say it until every lie falls powerless at your feet. I have seen every wound, and still I call you worthy. I have heard every cry, and still I call you whole. I have walked through every fire beside you, not to test you, but to prove that my love is the safest place even in the storm. I know what it means to be rejected. I was rejected too. I know what it means to be abandoned. I was abandoned too. I know what it means to feel unworthy. Though I was without sin, I bore your shame so you could walk free. And now I tell you this, there is no sin I have not covered, no burden I have not borne, no sickness I have not touched with my healing hand. There is no story too ruined that I cannot redeem it. There is no past too dark that I cannot use it to shine my light through you. You do not need to fix yourself before you come. You are here now, and that is enough for me to begin the miracle. Come, child, not with explanations, not with performances, but with honesty, with your shattered pieces, with your questions, with your pain. Let me hold it all. Let me speak over the parts of you that you've kept hidden. Let me breathe life into the places you thought were dead. Let me love the real you, the one beneath the layers of fear, the one who still longs to be held, to be chosen, to be whole. I am not asking you to do more. I am asking you to stay, to remain, to walk with me through the fire, through the silence, through the stillness. Because here is the truth you must hold on to, the truth the enemy cannot silence. Your part is to stay with me to the end, and I will give you the answer you've longed for. You don't have to figure it all out today. You don't need every answer now. But if you will stay when you're afraid, stay when you're tired, stay when you feel unworthy, and I will lead you into the fullness you've never dared to dream was for you. This love is not a fleeting feeling, it is a relentless truth. It is a covenant. It is the voice that whispered you into being and now sings over you with joy. You were made from love for love, and into love you are returning, not because you did everything right, but because I made you mine. And nothing, no voice, no past, no darkness, no fear, nothing can change that. So rest now, child. Rest in your place at the table. Rest in the arms of the one who will never let you go. This is not the end of the story. It is the beginning. And what comes next will not be built by fear, but by the kind of love that never fails. You are home. You are whole. You are mine. To continue, child, now that you've heard the truth of who you are, I must speak to the lies that have fought so long to cover it. There are labels still clinging to your heart that I never placed there, names that came from wounds, not from me. Voices that shaped your view of yourself, not in love, but in fear. And today, I come to remove them not gently, but powerfully, because you cannot walk in your divine identity while wearing garments of shame. You are not made to wear guilt like armor. You are not designed to carry rejection like a second skin. I never called you too much, not enough, forgotten, dirty, unlovable, a failure. These were never my words. These were wounds that spoke louder than truth. But today, I silence them with the authority of your Father. You are not the sum of what they did to you. You are not the accumulation of what you lacked. You are not defined by abandonment, abuse, silence, or delay. You are not cursed. You are not too late. You are not unworthy of good things. You are mine, and that changes everything. Come out of the labels that lie. Come out of the memories that chain. Come out of the cycles that echo the voice of your pain louder than the whisper of my love. I am not afraid of your history. I see your whole timeline, and still I choose you. What disqualified you in Nan's eyes has not disqualified you in mine. What made you feel invisible has not made you unusable. You are not damaged goods. You are divinely marked. Now breathe deeply, for this is the moment you begin to live without false identity. It will feel unfamiliar at first. You've worn those old names so long they began to feel like your own. But they were imposters' temporary lies trying to suffocate an eternal truth. The truth is, you are my child. You are chosen, holy, dearly loved, called by name. And where I speak your name, chains must fall. When I declare your worth, shame must flee. When I anoint your identity, heaven stands in agreement. Do not listen to the voices that only knew the broken version of you. Do not return to environments that fed your fear more than your faith. Do not shrink again to fit inside the expectations of those who never saw the full magnitude of your calling. You were never created to be small. I made you to reflect my glory, not their opinions. And child, you must understand this now. There is power in letting go of false identity, because the enemy cannot attack what he can no longer name. He only has access to what you agree with. So stop agreeing with defeat. Stop agreeing with despair. Stop agreeing with being stuck, unloved, unseen. That is not who you are. You were born for movement, born for freedom, born for communion with me. And if you are willing, I will lead you out of every pattern that reinforced a false name, every habit that numbed your pain instead of healing it, every thought that placed limitation where I spoke purpose. The healing begins when you no longer settle for brokenness just because it's familiar. I'm calling you out of survival mode and into resurrection life. It may feel uncomfortable. It may stretch you. but it is where your real self begins to breathe. Again, do not fear the unfamiliar feeling of being loved without conditions. Do not reject the peace you once thought you didn't deserve. Let me renew your mind, child, so you can recognize yourself. Through my eyes, not through your trauma, not through their betrayal, not through your past. You are not that mistake. You are not what they left. You are not the silence that followed. You are the one I died for. You are the one I rose for. You are the one I'm still speaking to know. You are still chosen even in the mess, even in the wandering, even when you doubt it the most. I do not unchoose those I call. I do not revoke identity based on performance. My grace is not a contract, it is a covenant. And I have not changed my mind about you. Let this sink into the depths of your being. You don't need to carry what I've already crucified. That bitterness, I took it. That guilt, I carried it. That fear, I destroyed its power. That shame, I broke it open on the cross. I've already made the exchange. You just need to stop picking it back up. You are not meant to carry what my blood already cleansed. You are not meant to prove what my love has already confirmed. You are not meant to beg for what I freely gave. You are mine, and that is enough. Now rise, not with the weight of old names, but with the strength of divine truth. And hear me say it again. See what great love I have lavished on you, that you should be called my child. This is not a metaphor. It is the eternal reality of your soul. You belong. You are loved. You are safe. You are seen. And you are not what they said you were. You are what I say you are. From this moment forward, walk like it. Breathe like it. Choose like it. Let every step you take be a testimony that you no longer wear the labels of this world, but the name I wrote across your heart. Mine. This is only the beginning, beloved. There is more ahead, more healing, more light, more identity to awaken. In you, you have not seen the fullness of what I'm doing yet, but stay close. Trust me, I am not finished. And the next part of this journey will call you deeper still. Now that your identity has been reclaimed, now that the old names have been stripped away, I am calling you forward, not just to be free, but to live free. Because, my child, freedom is not simply the absence of chains, it is the presence of light. And I, the Father of Light, am now inviting you to step out of every shadow that has hidden you, silenced you, or distorted you. You were not created to live in the background of your own life. You were not formed in my image to shrink, under fear, or settle beneath your purpose. No, you were formed to walk boldly into the light of who you are in me. Come now. Come out of hiding. Come out of shame. Come out of the caves you once used to protect your pain. They are no longer your shelter. I am. When I called you my child, I called you into my light, not the harsh light of judgment, but the healing light of truth. This light does not expose you to shame, it reveals the beauty I placed inside you. This light does not glare with condemnation, it radiates with welcome. The shadows only had power because they kept you from seeing what I've been, forming all along. But now, in my light, the lies lose their grip. You see clearly. You hear me clearly. You walk differently. And it is here, in this brightness, that you will begin to live as one who is truly loved. But to walk in the light, you must stop pretending. You must stop trying to be who the world approves of, and instead become who I already affirm. You cannot serve two identities. Beloved, you must choose. Choose to be real. Choose to be honest. Choose to be raw with me. I will not turn away from your truth. I already know it. I have known every dark corner and every hidden fear, every unspoken wound and every buried dream. And yet my love has never wavered, not for a second, because my love was not given based on your perfection. It was poured out based on my character. I do not love you because of what you do I love you because of who you are, and because of who I am. So hear me now. The light is safe. I am safe. You do not need to wear the mask any longer. You do not need to perform. You do not need to please those who never saw the fullness of you. I see it. I placed it within you. And I am calling it forth now. Every buried gift, every silenced song, every dream you once gave up on because fear shouted louder than faith. I am calling you out, not to embarrass you, not to rush you, but to restore you to the place where you are always meant to live. In my presence, unveiled, known, seen, and deeply loved. You cannot live a life of light while tethered to agreements with darkness. So I call you now to break covenant with fear, break covenant with self-hatred, break covenant with delay and denial and false humility. I did not call you to dim your light for others' comfort. I called you to shine because your light comes from me. There is no pride in becoming who I designed you to be, only obedience. And when you rise into your full identity, you give others permission to do the same. So do not hold back. Do not apologize for the way I made you. Every detail of you was handcrafted for a divine purpose. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are not misplaced or misunderstood by me. You are perfect in my sight because I see you through the eyes of grace, and my grace is enough to carry you into everything I have called you to do. And yes, child, I know what stepping into the light costs. I know it means releasing your old securities, your old identities, even some relationships that were built on versions of you that no longer exist. But do not mourn what you must let go of, for I will replace it with something real, something eternal, something that aligns with who you truly are in me. Your obedience will always lead to overflow. Your surrender will always lead to strength. The light may feel blinding at first, but in time, you will see that it was the very thing that set you free. Come now. Walk forward. Step boldly. You are not walking alone. My spirit goes before you. My presence surrounds you. My love is your constant covering. And as you move into the light, you will discover a new kind of strength, not the strength of striving, but the strength of surrender. Not the strength of performance, but the strength of identity. And in that place, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No lie shall prevail. No shadow shall reclaim what I have restored. You are no longer a slave to fear. You are no longer bound by the limitations others placed on you. You are a child of the Most High, walking in light, clothed in love, and called to carry hope to the darkest places. You carry my presence now. You carry my fire. You carry my favor. You carry my word inside of you, and it will not return void. So let it rise. Let your voice rise. Let your vision rise. Let your courage rise. Let your identity rise. Because the world does not need more imitation. It needs my image alive in you. You were made for this. You were born for this. And no matter what tries to pull you back into the shadows, remember this one truth. I have called you out. And what I call out, I equip. What I equip, I protect. What I protect, I empower. And what I empower, nothing on earth or in hell can stop. You are mine. You are loved. You are light. And the journey is just beginning. To continue, child, now that you have stepped into the light and tasted the first breath of freedom, I must call you deeper, still into a realm where fear no longer governs your choices, where faith becomes the voice that leads you, where you no longer bow to the patterns of survival, but rise into the rhythm of my spirit. Because freedom was never meant to be a feeling, it is a foundation, and foundations are tested. I never promised that the winds would not come, but I did promise that you would not be shaken if you are anchored in me. And I am your anchor, child, not the shifting opinions of others, not the fleeting emotions of your soul. I am your constant, your steadiness, your immovable hope. And now I call you to walk by faith, not just in what you see, not in what you feel, but in what I have spoken over you before time began. You must understand this now. Fear is not your friend. It once pretended to protect you, but it only imprisoned you. It made safety your idol. It told you to stay small so you wouldn't be hurt. But you were not made for safety. You were made for glory. And glory cannot manifest in comfort zones. Glory requires risk, movement, trust. It calls you to step where you cannot see the full path, to believe when the evidence is not yet visible, to keep going when your flesh begs you to stop. That is faith. And faith is what pleases me, not perfection, not performance, not control. Faith, and not faith in outcomes, but faith in me. So let me ask you now, child, will you trust me even when it doesn't make sense? Will you follow me when the road is unfamiliar? Will you obey me when it costs you comfort? Will you stand when fear tells you to run? Speak when fear says to be silent? Believe when fear says it's too late? Because these are the moments where identity is not just declared, it is tested, strengthened, revealed. And you will pass through these tests, not because of your willpower, but because I am with you. Always. Fear will whisper its lies. You're not enough. You'll fail. They'll leave you. God won't come through. But I speak louder. I speak truer. I speak deeper. And I say, you are mine, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. You must learn to silence fear with my promises. You must answer fear with my faithfulness. Because fear is not just a feeling, it is a thief. And I will not let it rob you any longer. Come now, take my hand. Let's walk through the waters together. Let's climb the mountain that once intimidated you. Let's face the giants that used to paralyze you. Not with your strength, but with mine. You are not weak when you rely on me. You are powerful. You are not fragile when you lean on me. You are fierce. You are not lost when you cannot see ahead. You are held. And when you don't know the way, I become the way. I do not need you to have it all figured out. I need you to take one step, then another, then another. And with every step, your faith will grow. Your voice will strengthen. Your confidence will rise. Because faith is not about the absence of fear. It is about trusting me more than your fear. And I promise you, I will not let you fall. Yes, child, there will be moments when fear will return, knocking at the door of your heart. But now you know it does not have to enter. It does not have to stay. You have authority now. You have my spirit inside of you. You are not a slave to fear. You are a child of God. Speak that truth when the storm rages. Declare it when your mind grows weary. Stand on it when nothing around you makes sense. You are not walking in circles anymore. You are advancing. You are ascending. You are moving in the direction of your divine destiny. And with every fearful step you overcome, you take territory for the kingdom. You break chains not just for yourself, but for those who come after you. Your courage will become their blueprint. Your obedience will open doors for generations. So rise, warrior. Rise, daughter. Rise, son. You have stayed hidden long enough. You have hesitated long enough. You have doubted long enough. It is time to move. Let me remind you of the battles you've already won. You are still standing. That was me. You made it through what should have destroyed you. That was me. You woke up today with breath in your lungs and fire in your bones. That was me. I have never stopped defending you, never stopped lifting you, never stopped working behind the scenes for your good. And if I did not abandon you then, why would I abandon you now? My love is not a temporary shelter. It is an eternal dwelling. You can build your whole life on this love. Not the kind of love that shifts with seasons, but the kind of love that stands through storms, that builds faith from ashes, that raises dead dreams to life. That is the kind of love that calls you forward now, Dot. So do not fear, child. Fear may have been your default in the past, but faith is your destiny. You will speak again. You will dream again. You will rise again. Not because of what you've done, but because of who I am. And I am faithful. I am strong. I am the God of resurrection and renewal, of courage and commission. I am the one who speaks to dry bones and commands them to live. And today I speak to you. Live, child. Rise, walk, believe, move forward. You are no longer defined by fear. You are defined by faith. This is not just a turning point. It is a divine invitation. Accept it. Step into it. Your purpose is not on the other side of fear. It is on the other side of obedience. And I am with you every step of the way. Now that you have risen in faith and chosen to walk forward despite fear, we must now go into the hidden places, the places no one sees, but I have always seen. There are wounds you have learned to live with, but I have not forgotten them. There are pieces of your heart that still bleed quietly in the night, but I hear them. You've survived with the pain for so long that you began to think it was just part of you. But child, that ache is not your identity. That scar is not your stories. And that silence is not a sign I have forgotten you. Today, I call you into a deeper healing, not surface repair, but soul restoration. You've trusted me with your steps. Now trust me with your scars. Let me touch the things you buried. Let me speak into the pain you locked behind smiles, achievements, and spiritual routines. I'm not afraid of your anger, your disappointment, your questions. I know them already. I saw the moment the wound happened. I saw who didn't show up. I saw who betrayed, who abandoned, who should have protected you but didn't. I saw what they said, what they did, what they never apologized for. And I didn't turn away. I stayed. I wept with you. I stood beside you even when you didn't. Feel me. My silence was not absence. It was my patience, waiting for you to be ready not to revisit the pain to suffer again, but to finally heal it, because you cannot move fully into the future while carrying the weight of unhealed yesterday. I want your wholeness, not your performance. I want the real you, not the version you think I prefer. And I want to show you that healing does not come through ignoring, nor does it come through punishing yourself. Healing comes through truth. And love, my truth, my love, not the world's version, not the shallow comfort of distraction, but the deep, divine work of me restoring what was broken. So come, child, bring me the memories that still sting, the moments you can't even speak out loud. You don't need to have the words. I have always had the understanding. Just be honest. Just open. Just breathe. I will meet you there. Let me. Say what no one else said. It was not your fault. You didn't deserve that pain. You didn't cause it. You didn't invite it. You didn't fail. What happened to you did not define you. It hurt you, but it did not cancel your calling. It left a mark, but it didn't erase your destiny. I am not ashamed of your brokenness. I do not flinch at your mess. I run toward it. I move in close. Because I do my greatest work in the places others rejected. I build glory from ashes. I birth beauty from devastation. I bring life where others only saw death. And child, I will not leave you half-healed. This is your invitation to let me in. Not just into the present, but into the past. Let me rewrite the meaning of what they did to you. Let me redeem what was lost. Let me reclaim the little child in you that still waits for justice, for safety, for love. You see, I am the God who heals in layers, not in rushes. And I never wound to teach lessons I heal because I am love. And love restores completely. Let me teach you that you don't have to live guarded anymore. You don't have to live waiting for the next rejection, bracing for the next pain. I can make you whole. I can make you soft again without fear. I can give you a new way of living that is no longer built on defense, but on trust. And it begins here, where you stop trying to fix it yourself and let me be your healer. This healing may be quiet, but it will be deep. It may not come with applause, but it will come with peace. It may take time, but it will transform you. So allow me to touch every part you've hidden. Let me hold what was never held properly. Let me father you in the places where you were not fathered. Let me love you with no agenda. Let me show you that you are not too broken, not too late, not too complex, not too far gone. I will never grow tired of your process. I will never lose patience with your pain. I am with you for the long journey. I do not demand speed. I invite surrender, because once you are healed, child, you will not just survive, you will carry healing for others. You will become a vessel of my mercy, a testimony of my redemption, a safe place for the wounded to find hope. Your scars will not be shameful, they will shine, not as proof of your pain, but as proof of my presence. So don't hide them anymore. Let me make them holy. Let me mark them with my love. The same hands that were pierced for you will now heal you, and you will rise whole, grounded, radiant, and real. This is the season of becoming new, becoming healed, becoming all you were created to be, no longer defined by what hurt you, but by who healed you, no longer walking around your pain, but walking through it into joy. And at the end of this process, child, you will not even recognize yourself, but you will know this. You are fully mine, and I have made all things new. Now, child, having brought your wounds into my healing presence, having laid your broken pieces before me and allowed me to restore them one by one, it is time to step into the identity that I have always seen in you. Not the identity shaped by trauma, not the false self shaped by rejection, not the performance mask shaped by fear of abandonment. No, the identity I speak of was written in my heart before the foundation of the world. It is the identity of one chosen, set apart, anointed, and destined for glory, not human glory, but heaven's glory. The kind of glory that cannot be stolen by man, dulled by opinion, or lost to failure. I have not only loved you with everlasting love, I have also formed you for an everlasting purpose. You were not born to wander aimlessly. You were born with a holy blueprint. Your life is not random. It is orchestrated by me. You have giftings within you that were designed to shift atmospheres. You carry influence you haven't even recognized yet. You speak words that will break chains. You dream dreams that will awaken generations. And yet, the enemy has tried to distort your vision, convincing you that you are average, small, insignificant. But let me say this now with power. You were born to disrupt darkness. You were born to carry my fire. You were born to build what hell cannot destroy. And no matter how long you've been stuck, delayed, confused, or afraid, I have not changed my mind about you. Let that truth settle deep in your bones. I have not changed my mind about you. I am not a man that I should lie, nor a human that I should grow weary. I did not choose you because you were perfect. I chose you because I saw the end from the beginning. I saw your failures and still said mine. I saw your weaknesses and still said worthy. I saw your detours and still said destined. You see, what I place in you is eternal. It cannot be revoked by man. It cannot be stolen by shame. It cannot be buried by fear. It can be forgotten, but it cannot be erased. And now I call you to remember. Remember who you are. Remember what I've spoken. Remember the fire that once burned in your belly, the vision that once kept you awake at night, the calling you tried to suppress to fit in. I am fanning that flame again. And yes, stepping into who you are always meant to be will cost something. It will cost your comfort, your excuses, your loyalty to lesser identities. It will cost your addiction to being liked and your need for control. But what you gain, child, is incomparable. You gain freedom. You gain clarity. You gain the authority to walk in your assignment with power and humility. You gain the ability to live with nothing to prove and nothing to hide. Because when you know who you are, and more importantly, whose you are, you walk differently. You speak differently. You love differently. You don't strive to be enough. You know you already are. You don't shrink when others are intimidated. You shine and invite them to rise. You don't chase success. You embody significance. And significance in my kingdom does not look like worldly power. It looks like being so full of me that every room you enter is changed by my presence. So now, child, pick up the mantle I laid at your feet. No more doubting, no more delay, no more asking for permission to be who I already called you to be. You don't need their validation when you have my voice. You don't need their applause when you have my favor. Step into your role. Step into your authority. Step into your assignment. You were created to reflect my image on earth, to be my vessel, my ambassador, my beloved. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect. I will perfect what concerns you. You just walk, you just speak, you just go, and I will go with you. And let me say this clearly. Your past does not disqualify you. It prepared you. Everything you thought would disqualify you has only made you more dependent on me, more sensitive to my spirit, more dangerous to the enemy. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to say yes. Say yes to the process. Yes to the unknown. Yes to being stretched. Yes to becoming who you are always meant to be. This is not the end of your story. It is the activation of your purpose. It is the birthing of what I planted in you before time began. And no force in hell can stop what I have begun. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a feeling. It's a posture. And your posture is surrender. That's all I need. I will do the rest. I will open doors you never could. I will align people, places, and timing to bring you into destiny. I will protect you when you don't even know danger is near. I will provide when the way looks barren. I will speak when you have no words. Because this isn't about your ability, it's about your availability. And I can do more with your yielded heart than you could ever do with your strongest effort. So yield, child. Surrender. Trust me. Obey quickly. Love deeply. Move forward bravely. The world is waiting for the true, you, not the polished version, not the fearful version, but the one I created, anointed, and now send out. You are no longer just surviving. You are stepping into divine significance. You are no longer just hoping. You are becoming. You are no longer just watching others live purpose. You are living yours. And as you do, heaven rejoices, hell trembles, and others awaken to their own callings because of your courage. Now rise. Child, the mantle is yours. The call is now. The time is here. You were born for this, and I am with you every step of the way. To conclude, beloved child, now that you have been restored, called, and reawakened to the identity I placed in you from the beginning, it is time to walk fully, boldly, and daily in the power of being mine. No more hiding. No more hesitation. No more shrinking back from the light I have placed within you. You are not merely recovering, you are rising. You are not just returning, you are reigning. You are not begging for crumbs of worth. You are seated at my table as my heir, my beloved, my child. And this identity is not a momentary feeling. It is your eternal truth. You are my child. Now live like it. Live as one who is radically loved, not with a love that comes and goes, Not a love that depends on behavior. Not a love that needs to be earned, but the kind of love that endured the cross, embraced your shame, and declared, "You worthy long before you ever knew my name." This love is what marks you, not your past. This love is what drives you, not fear. This love is what defines you, not the labels the world gave you. I did not call you child so you would live like an orphan. I called you child so you would live in confidence, security, and joy, knowing that you are never without me, never outside my reach, never less than what I created you to be. And this identity is not passive, it is powerful. When you know you are mine, you live differently. You carry peace into chaos. You speak hope into despair. You walk with clarity in confusion. You release healing where there was once pain. You do not strive to prove your worth, you rest in it. You do not chase after fleeting praise, you dwell in eternal purpose. And because you are my child, you now carry my heart. You see what I see. You feel what I feel. You live not for yourself, but for the greater mission of heaven invading earth through your surrendered life. You no longer ask, "Who am I to do this?" You now say, "Because I am His, I will go." Let me remind you, child, the world needs the real you, the healed you, the redeemed you, the courageous you, not the version masked by shame, not the one silenced by doubt, not the one bound by yesterday. The world is waiting for the child of God in you to arise, for your voice to break the silence, for your hands to bring comfort, for your presence to carry my presence. And you do not do this alone. I go before you. I surround you. I fill you. I protect you. I establish you. I remain with you, not just on your good days, but every day. Even when you fail, I remain. Even when you fall, I lift. Even when you wander, I pursue. Because my covenant is not based on your performance, it is anchored in my nature. And I am unchanging. I am faithful. I am loved not, so when lies return to question your worth, silence them with my truth. When the enemy tries to resurrect shame, bury it again beneath my mercy. When fear comes knocking, open the door with authority and let my spirit answer. You have grown. You have been forged in fire. You have endured what many could not. You have been refined not to stay hidden, but to shine. And now, the world must see the fruit of my love in you, not just in words, but in how you live, love, forgive, stand, and give. The world will know me through how you walk in your identity. As my child, and child, never forget this. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. You are not late. You are right on time. You are not too broken. You are being made whole. You are not forgotten. You are forever seen. You are not unworthy. You are chosen. Not for what you can do, but for who you are. And who you are is mine. My name is on you. My breath is in you. My power flows through you. My grace surrounds you. My purpose leads you. And my love carries you through it all. Not now go forth, not to perform, but to reveal me. Not to impress, but to impact. Not to strive, but to rest. Because you have nothing to prove when you are already fully loved. You have nothing to earn when everything you need has been given. And you have no reason to fear when I have already gone before you. The world may shake, but you will stand. The winds may howl, but you will not fall. Because you are rooted in love, grounded in truth, and held by me. This is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of your new way of living. And every step you take from this day forward, take it with this truth pulsing in your spirit. I am loved with a lavish love. I am a child of the living God. I will live from that place. Every moment, every breath, every battle, every victory from now and forevermore. If this sacred message has touched your soul, Don't stop here. Like, share your prayer in the comments, and subscribe to God Says so that this truth can reach those who need it most. Let love be multiplied. Let hearts be healed. Let the children of God rise.